Ecos 10. Yes, we are still talking about things you want in 1.4. You'd like to be able to bookmark systems. You
Oh, yeah,
have
that would
about,
be great.
you've got 20 sidewinders scattered around the map. I know the feel. Let's have a look at my map at the moment. I've got ships all over the place at the
I
moment.
always sell extra ships I have, so I have all my ships in. I think it's in the headquarters system of Miss Duval.
Yes, yeah, I've got one over there. I've got three or four in the nearby system. Yeah, I've got them not as spread out as they were. I've actually kind of bought a couple of small ships and taxied them back and forth. Now, I know that was one thing that was promised way back when, was the idea of being able to taxi ships around, like you could ask to have all of your ships brought to one starport and pay a fee to get them all delivered to one place. I know that hasn't made it in. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of enjoy shuffling my ships around. Actually, I've got used to buying a little hauler and kitting it out and going jumping around and bringing them all back together. So
I did that. I luckily have only two ships, and I once had to when I pulled them together in this headquarters system. I just got a little sidewinder, sold all the equipment so I have the farthest jump range and get my other ship there.
yeah, I did exactly the same thing. It just feels so much better when they're all organized. They're all nicely.
Yeah, and for me that's the old the bad competition, the Eve Online reflex. Because when I played Eve Online and I had like I don't know 5 6 ships, and when we relocated our what's the name, corporation base of operations sort of, then we always had to taxi between these systems, and it's just so because none of us were able to fly carriers because well,
Yeah,
my friend who still plays, when he relocates he just puts all his ships in his carrier and you know.
yeah. I would love
But
to be able to do that. I mean,
didn't someone
hopefully.
mention that the Anaconda has sort of a docking bay for one or
Yeah,
two
I
ships?
I was totally trolling Mr. Lewis on this, and he absolutely fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Now, I know that the description of the anaconda has had that little sentence in it since the very first description went up on the website, saying
Yeah.
that it could be upgraded with a docking port to carry a sidewinder size ship inside it. But I saw it; it was printed out on those nice diagrams we had for the create your own paint job competition. Um,
Did
which we'll
you
get
did
onto
you
in a
put
second.
anything in there?
I've got a couple of ones that I haven't got them to hand actually, but that I printed them out, and me and my sons, we were both sat around the table, all of us
Oh,
sat around the table, and we were just drawing, filling them in, colouring them in. So I've got to put them in so they can have their chance. But yeah, we were just reading that thing out, and I kind of highlighted it. I was like, "Oh, look at this! Look at this!" And a couple of people bit and kind of said, "Oh, look, that's got to be confirmed." And then some people kind of pointed out, "It's like, yeah, that's already been there." I was like, I know, but I just wanted to get people talking about it, and it worked."
yeah. I almost entered myself, but I didn't have any time this week, and well, this weekend I'm not at home, so no entry for me. But I'm also not very much of an artist, so. But
I'm terrible myself, but I just like to have a play around with it. It's good fun.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. But I wanted to come back to that what's coming up in 1.4 thing. Um,
oh yes, go ahead. Yeah.
of course, CQC. I have to mention that because I liked it so much when we had the stream on the. Ah, you weren't there
Yeah.
on Sunday. Perhaps you did see the stream though.
I
Um,
was I was probably driving all the way across the country.
yeah, probably, but it's still on the official Elite Dangerous Twitch
Oh
channel.
yes, yeah, yeah.
We had this CQC sort of tournament with the three best players who visited the booth, and Eddie Simmons was with us, and I
Oh,
think
excellent.
Bob
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
and I.
So you,
And
you had a bit of a versus tournament, did you?
yeah, and it was,
Oh, excellent.
was the best thing about that was I think it was Zach or Ed. One of them was running around to the ambassadors and was asking who of us feels comfortable with the Xbox One gamepad, because
Yeah.
most of the ambassadors are either playing keyboard and mouse or
The
HOTAS, of course.
process. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I kind of have the feeling I'm the only one who plays with gamepad, and so I felt very comfortable with that. And then we had this this little tournament, and I won.
Yes.
Yeah, and Ed told me afterwards they had the guy who came in second place. He was then the official winner because we, the ambassadors, couldn't participate officially. We couldn't win,
Okay.
and all I got to do was wave to the camera in the stream. And Ed came to me afterwards and said, "We should have brought you on the stream."
Yeah. Oh, but it's suddenly we have combatants. Lots of pew pew.
Yeah, I don't see anything
wow.
again. I think I have to
Wow.
jump out and jump in again.
Okay, yeah, there was a slight delay before they appeared.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's still a problem with the laptop, but I'll try to get in without the nav lock.
Okay.
That should work.
I'm just gonna catch up with the questions. Sorry, guys. I just Arathon, your mad theory for 1.4 would be a list of bookmarks. So the last 5 places you've visited, you can pick on navigation. That would be handy. That'd be very nice just to have that. Abacus, yes, you can say a big thank you to Commander McLeod for letting the community help with the translations for Coriolis.io. Cool. Guys on community. Hey, Commander, hold my kidney is there. Greetings. I've lost you. You've gone to unknown. Don't know where you are.
Yeah, you are unknown as well at the moment. I'm in Super Cruise right now, and I'm jumping into the conflict zone right now, and I hope that I now see some ships.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see where you've gone. Hang on.
Now you're in Super Cruise.
Yeah, no, I jumped out because I was under heavy fire for a second then. Quick catch up with the chat whilst I'm travelling.
Well, still no ships inside. I just wait a moment, perhaps
Okay.
the laptop will
Let me
catch
drop
on.
in next to you. Arathon, another mad theory for 1.5. Landing bay racks for 1 to 4, depending on class. AI drones up to fighters for deploying. Yeah, that's an interesting theory, yeah. I mean, there was that talk for Horizons that... is that you? Or is that another... No, that's a vulture.
I can see you, but I don't see anything else. I hope the laptop will catch on.
Okay, let's give it a second then.
You can go about and kill stuff. Oh, there's a ship.
Yeah, I got some. Let me see if I can see your target.
System Defense Force. Now they're there. So it's just sort of a problem with the damn slow thing. Laptop.
It happens.
Yeah, but it's there now. What faction do we choose?
I think it's is it Sopentet Free? I believe.
Free and Fortune Corp is the other one.
Tell you what, if I have some in green, so if I pick a target and fire on him, it will limit my choices, so that I can only...
Yeah, the green ones are Sopentet Free.
Oh, are they?
For
okay.
me, the green ones are those, and the other ones are orange. Or neutral.
Okay.
But I don't see you anymore, now you're unknown.
Oh,
Probably a problem with instancing or something?
Oh, you're definitely there.
Yeah, but I don't see you. That's... well... I don't know, but at least we're out there somewhere. Oh, I just had another idea, but perhaps you already talked about that, the unknown artifacts. Because they said today in the newsletter that there's going to be something about those things that will be safely hidden.
Yes.
But they are going to do something with these unknown artifacts. I never found one so far. But I just recently watched a video, I think it was on your YouTube channel actually. What about the Thargoids? Was, I think, the title. But I think if we would talk about that, that's too much speculation.
Well, there are some changes coming in for 1.4 for the unknown artifacts. Now, Michael does mention in the newsletter this week that the story is about to get deeper. So, speculate away.
By the way, I'm just going to pick Sopentet Free now, because otherwise nothing is happening here. They are not even fighting themselves.
Okay, strange.
Yeah, I think that's another problem with the stupid laptop.
Maybe it can't keep up with the changes or something. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps.
I mean, we can head off and do something else if it's.
I don't think that this will do any difference because... Oh, damn, I fired on the wrong ship.
Run away! Run away!
Yeah, I'm about to. Now they're firing at me. That works, of course. Great. Yeah, I need to
Always
get out
happens
of
when you
here.
least want it on there. Uh, any more questions on there? Rat King. Let's add you. Can I? There we go. Been meaning to do that for a while. Hopefully that's worked.
I hope that my viewers understand English well enough because I don't want to interrupt with German
Oh, I'm sorry.
stuff.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't worry. I don't want to disturb your viewers with that weird sounding alien language. Didn't I tell you the story of my friend with the American father? I think I mentioned that when they were eating outside somewhere in, I don't know, I think he lives in Texas, and they were talking in German, and this lady from the table next to them turned to them after 10 minutes and said, "Are you sick? Is everything okay?" Because this language just sounded so strange to her.
Yeah, I remember you saying. I can imagine though. I mean, if you didn't know, then if you didn't understand, then yeah, it would sound different.
Yeah, it's always these... Oh, what's wrong? I can't choose affection. It's always these and sounds.
Ah, yes, yeah. That's the thing though, isn't it? I mean, like English doesn't use some sounds for it. It doesn't need to use those things to express. So it will sound strange if you're not used to those kind of sounds. I've got three on my tail.
Now it's getting really funny. I do see the ships now, and I see them fighting, which they didn't do before, but I can't choose affection. Oh, now I can choose affection. Okay, everything's fine.
Seems like it's just struggling to keep up.
Yeah,
Doesn't it? Yeah.
poor laptop. But at least it's not overheating or anything. But where are you? I don't see you anymore. It just says you're at Sopuntet A1.
I am definitely. I'm here. Oh, I can see you. You've just appeared.
Okay, well, let's wait if I perhaps can someday see you.
Quick catch up on the chat. Shenrei, good question there. Is there a ship that would make me want to forget to sleep to obtain?
That's a good one.
The Panther Clipper. I want the Panther Clipper. I want it.
I have to ask here, what?
The Panther Clipper. Oh, of course. You never played the prequels on the
No,
like the Amiga.
I did play Elite with the emulator they provided from the
yeah.
Elite store, from the Dangerous store, but only like for, I don't know, an hour or so, because it was just so, oh my god, why did people ever play this? I was born in 1990, so that was a bit before my time. The first thing I remember playing was Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, so that was already a bit ahead of that. At least visually.
Yeah. Well, the Panther Clipper in Elite 2 and Elite 3 they were like probably the biggest ship you can get. I think they were something like 2,000 tons of cargo space. They were absolutely enormous. They were like the ultimate ship. They were like, if you got that, you felt like you won the game. You'd done everything. You've traded so much. They literally cost millions and millions of credits, and it was harder to make credits in the earlier games as well. So yeah, it was. If you got that ship, you were doing very, very well in the game. So that was always my favorite. Once you'd done that, you'd won effectively. You'd beaten the game. So I want that back. The best thing about that ship though is it had 4 engine nacelles to each side, and they would rotate to point downwards so that the thing could dock when it lands on a planet, like vertical thrusters. And then when you went to fly again, they would fold backwards in line. So it was when we first saw I think it was the Diamond Black Scout and the Explorer that. It was great to see the rotating ship parts, because it was like, yes, that's a precursor to the Panther Clipper working. I want those engines back.
Yay.
couple of things from Felipe. Yes, you had Elite running on your laptop in the hotel in Cologne. The engine is really scalable. Yeah, it is really, really awesome. I love how it can go up and down. Abacus, yes, you're absolutely right. I want every old ship in Elite Dangerous. I want everything, including the crate. I want the crate back as well. It's not fair. Where's the crate? But that brings us on. Actually, let's take a quick peek at the newsletter this week if we can. Actually,
Yeah, I read up on that before we started.
let's go over to the.
Yay, Anaconda kill.
Yay! Let's go on over to the peak of the week. I'm going to scooch right down the newsletter to the peak of the week. So that's going to zoom out. There we go. Peak of the week.
Woo.
So, whoops. Let's get that back on the screen there. So, yeah, so you can see in this week's peak of the week, we've got this nice little piece of concept art here for Elite Dangerous Horizons. We've got this wonderful looking like launch tower, like a refinery or something on this this rocky, atmosphereless planet here. Nice little picture of the SRV, the little scarab there on the bottom left, and then we've got the this unknown vessel in the top right. Now, this has caused a bit of speculation because when people saw it, you can see that it's got the 4 rotating engine nacelles, just like the Panther Clipper. It looks big, but I think if it was the Panther, it should be a lot bigger than that.
Perhaps it's very far out.
Yeah, it's odd because the perspective is strange. You can't tell whether it's actually casting a shadow on this building here, or whether it's closer to the camera and that's a shadow for something else. It's odd to see. So it could be that. There was other people speculating that it might be the lifter. Now the lifter was it was one of those silly little ships from Elite 2 and 3, which was totally pointless. There was nothing you could do with it. It had
Great.
It was great. It had no interstellar drive, so you could only go between planets. It only carried about a few tons of cargo. You couldn't put passenger cabins. You couldn't do anything with it. It was a very small cargo freighter. And
I love those. It
was brilliant.
It's just so funny. One of the games I remember, I have the fondest memories of, because it was actually my first ever PC game. Was a Star Wars game. Of course, little boys do love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think I got it from my grandma to Christmas because she made me choose one, and I had the choice between this game, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, if anyone knows that, and a board game. And when I look back, I think, why did I ever consider buying this board game PC version? And this Rogue Squadron had. When you were good enough, you could play a TIE fighter. And of course the TIE fighter, it has no shields and very weak cannons, no torpedoes, and it was just like, if you could beat the missions in this thing, then you felt like God.
I was like, yes, did it!
Yeah, that was like, I don't know, toughest difficulty setting with this thing. And of course, if you beat all the missions in the best possible way with gold medals in the end, because this has this medal rating system, how good you were in the mission, and when you had every mission in gold, then of course you got the Millennium Falcon, and that was like God mode. It had auto aim, it had nearly unbreakable shields, it had so good armor, it was just so much fun. Although I always wondered, why would I want to play all these missions with the Millennium Falcon again if I already have gold medals in every mission? There was just no point in playing other than feeling, yeah, Millennium Falcon, bam!
It's like, yeah!
The best thing about it was, the first time you fired a shot with the Millennium Falcon, you always could hear Luke Skywalker say, "These quads sure pack a punch."
Excellent.
So great. But enough Star Wars for now.
Oh no, that's fine. No, this is the thing that I love about Elite. It lets you play out those fantasies of playing those games, doesn't it? That's the wonderful thing about it.
Yeah, I always wondered why they never made another good Star Wars space sim like X-Wing and TIE Fighter and so on. And there was, of course, this was I mentioned, Rogue Squadron. They had 2 follow-ups on the GameCube, and they were really great, and they still play and look great today because, well, what can you do wrong with the space simulation? There's just not much to show. It's just big empty space. So the games look great even then. I think it was 2002 or 3. Yeah. And I don't know why they don't do anything like that anymore, but well, EA has the license now, so
Well, yeah, the new is it Battlefront they're
Yeah,
calling it, the new
Battlefront.
one? Yeah, yeah. So that they had a really big display, didn't they? It was fantastic. They had the full size. Is it TIE Fighter? I think they had the full size display there,
I
and
didn't see that. I only saw
oh,
the AT-AT. That was almost to
oh
scale. I think
yes,
it was half of the real size or something. It was really big, but I didn't see anything else because there were so many people on
oh,
that booth. It was
it was
so
crazy.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
But
so
thank.
sad that I didn't make any more use of the business day of Wednesday when we really had the
Yeah.
time and the opportunity to look at all these things. But yeah, we were all just standing around at our own booth thinking, well, we have to be here, we have to learn how to do all this stuff. And
Focus, focus.
yeah, and there were like 10 people per hour. So everyone could have just gone and, well, go and see all the stuff on Gamescom. And I didn't see anything. I'm so.
Yeah.
I'm
I know what you mean. It was it always it just goes past so quickly, and then it's done, and you're like, oh, I missed all of this.
I was trying to get a look at some things on Sunday, but no choice. There was
It was
there were
yeah,
still so many people on Sunday, as I said before, but it was so unbelievably filled. Everything
crazy.
was, I don't know, 3 hours wait for the things that were interesting, and of course for that we didn't have the time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That was the problem. It was a problem.
Did you
Uh,
get to look at anything else besides our own booth?
I went to one or two things. I didn't play any games. I don't think I kind of walked around and I saw the other displays and I saw the things that were going on, but I don't think I actually played on another game. To be honest, I don't think I did. Amy and the boys they managed to see a few things. I think they went to the Minecraft booth. Of course, they played a lot of Minecraft. Um, take them all the way to the biggest game show on the planet, and they play a game they can play at home. That's
Yeah, of
that's
course.
that's what my kids think. Yeah, that's how they think.
Stick to
Uh,
stuff you know.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But no, I
But
didn't. I
but
didn't see
didn't
a
they
lot.
that they looked at this Lego Dimensions? Did they
Ah,
play that?
yes.
I don't know.
I
But
don't know
Amy
whether they
showed me
played it.
the pictures that
Mm.
they were at the booth. So
Yeah,
I don't know
that
if they done
looks
anything there.
really good. I really want that, but it's so expensive because I mean, the problem with that is you have to pay for the game, and then the starter pack. You basically have to pay for a Lego set to go with it. So I mean, Lego sets
Yeah,
aren't cheap anyway.
nah,
And
not
then
anymore.
yeah, and then you're buying a video game on top, and it's like it's a lot of money. So I like it, but
I don't really see the point. I like the Lego games, but they have the same problem that many other games these days have. Every one of them plays the same,
yeah,
basically. You just
yeah.
buy them for the different characters. I have all the Lego Star Wars at home, and I think Lego Marvel Superheroes was the name.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, that was really funny, and of course they profit very much from the movies.
Yeah, the
Uh,
license. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but that was the same game as the Lego Star Wars games, and I think the only thing that that changed in gameplay there was with the Lego Clone Wars game when they actually made two-player games endurable with the real split screen and so on. That you
Ah, yeah, they
didn't have
did the
to stick to
clever.
the same screen all the time.
Yeah, the clever kind of diagonal split, and it
Yeah,
kind of yeah, that was really really good. And I did read a story on that, and I don't want to go too technical, but I really enjoyed the detail of how they did that. I'm a big technology geek, so I like that kind of
and
thing.
it was really fun. I remember, I very fondly remember some pretty evenings with my stepbrother and a good friend
Mm.
of mine where we played that, and they had this little battle mode in there as well, where you could build a base and then attack your enemy. That was really fun, and they didn't have that anymore in the other games. They just had the split
Ah,
screen, uh,
it's a shame.
and I don't know what's the point of playing that anymore because,
Yeah,
well, just for the characters, I don't know. That's the same thing
yeah,
that
maybe.
that's the same problem I have with, as I said, Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I
if you
don't.
play it too often, then you don't see the progression. If you play all of the ones, yeah, and you,
Yeah, and I'm not very much of a multiplayer man. I do prefer going solo, and I do like great storytelling. And although the Call of Duties are very they have very much action and everything is like exploding all the time, and
It's like an action movie. It's like, yeah.
yeah, it's like a Michael Bay or something.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
if you do that every year, then it just wears itself out, I
It
think.
becomes, yeah, it becomes tiring. That's why I like the going back to it again. I mean, that's why I like the variation of Elite. Is if I feel like the combat is too much and I'm worn out and I've had too many pew pews and I can just think, you know what, I'm gonna go explore. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
chill out. You
Oh,
know?
and that's something I'm really looking forward to. The when the CQC comes, of
Oh yeah,
course,
yeah.
then I can finally go exploring and don't feel bad for my viewers, because at the moment I always think when I'm going exploring, I'm one of the people. If I'm exploring something, I want every damn planet. I'm going to scan everything, except
Completionism.
yeah, except for the asteroid belts, because they don't cache anything, so
True. Yeah.
there's no cache for them. So I just take every planet, every sun, everything. But that's not something you want to watch, I think. Even if you like Elite, you're just sitting in front of there and you watch somebody and he's talking complete rubbish and just going from planet to planet in a straight line, and that's not really interesting. But when CQC comes, I can say, okay, I'm going to Sag A now, and every 3 or 4 days I'm going to make a break and play CQC for you guys. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
so
And
much looking forward to that.
that's really going to help a lot of people. I mean, if people didn't want to try exploration before, I don't think there's any kind of reason to not give it a go now. You can just get out there and try it and then jump into the combat whenever you want. So yeah, I'm absolutely really enjoying that as well. And hopefully when that does hit, I can head off exploring again. I know Abacus does want to go exploring when he gets back, but we've got to get into a little bit of combat first. So when you are feeling better, Abacus, we'll get in a pair of vultures and we'll head out to some combat zones, definitely.
Yeah, when I'm at home again and I don't have these server and whatever problems, I would be glad to join you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get in a ambassador's wing. I think that would be great. Great
By the
fun.
way, I still don't see you, but I'm
No,
happily killing stuff. I
yeah, I
don't know
had
how
to
much
jump out and
mind.
back in because I hit an ally ship.
Ah, same thing that
Everybody
happened to
went
me.
red, and Rat King shouted at me, "Quick, jump, jump, jump!"
Yeah, I know the
All
feeling.
different.
Although nobody shouts at me, I just have to shout at myself.
It's like, quick, what are you doing? Run, run!
Perhaps if I jump out and back in again, then perhaps I can see you. But I don't. I'm afraid I don't see. I won't see any other ships again. So
Oh, okay, no problem. It's okay. If it's working for you, then go ahead and stay in there. I'm going to check the chat really quickly. Sorry, we've been having great fun here. Um,
yeah, don't
oh,
forget your
crikey, I missed.
viewers.
I missed. Arms like noodles. You would have loved to apply for the EGX ambassadorship. Unfortunately, you have a holiday. You don't have any holiday left. Yeah, that's kind of my situation. Really, I've started a new job and I can't exactly ask for time off after being there like a week or two.
Not really.
It's
But
very
I
difficult.
applied for that, and I don't know if I'm taking people from other than the UK. But
I don't know. I don't know. I should find out really because I don't think they've actually said in the post on there. Um,
so far, I haven't gotten any response. I was just saying if they want to, I can probably go there if they are taking people that are not from the UK. And Abacus, actually, I told him that I was going there and asked him if he wanted. My voice. If he wanted to go as well. Don't forget to breathe. If he wanted to go as well, and he said if he can get some time off, and they're taking people from not the UK, then yeah, he would like to apply as well. Perhaps if he wants to
cool.
share in this discussion, then
Quick chat on there. Stony, yes, I agree with you. Yes, I like interacting with the chat. I get very carried away when I've got my lasers out though. I'm sorry. Yeah, I must admit. I mean, exploration was fantastic in the fact that I could just sit and do whatever I wanted, and I could concentrate on other things. And I only crashed into 1 or 2 stars whilst I was doing it, so that was good. Um, but yeah, it's nice that you can kind of chill and you can do other things, and it's not as taxing as doing the combat all the time.
that's one of the great things, as you said, just to do something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Although
chill out.
I must say I'm not a big fan of trading.
No, it is hard work. I mean, it is the quickest way of making money in the game, but it is tough. It's very, very difficult to stay focused and do it without feeling like it's very, very, a grind. I know a lot of people say there's elements of the game which feel like a grind, and trading, I think, is one which can feel the most like a grind. But there are some important things you can do to make that feel a little better. I mean, the trick of trading is finding the runs which are the most profitable in the quickest amount of time. And the fun part of trading is going around and finding those systems where there's a place which is just one jump over, which has got something in high demand and you've got it in high supply where you are. That once you find the little areas like that, those are the ones where you can make a lot of money very, very quickly. So just scouting around looking for systems is where a lot of the interesting work can come in with trading. Just take a big notepad because
Yeah, that's the thing I don't enjoy very much. I'm one of the people who just goes searching the web for sites that host the various
the
trade
trading
datas,
tools and
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah,
trading
yeah, yeah.
tools, and I just don't. I don't think I have the what's the word? The patience for it. I
Yes,
don't
yeah,
want to fly around looking for, well, there's the demand and there's the supply, and then I have to get my trading ship, and no, I can't do that. I never did that in any space simulation. Whether it was, I don't know if you know, I think it was from a German team, Dark Star 1, from I think
oh yeah, I've heard of
2006.
that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those space sims as well, and I never did any trading there. I never traded in Freelancer. I just don't. No, I don't like it. I always liked in Freelancer just flying around and destroying rebel bases. That was much more fun. And it paid
But
well enough, so.
yeah, yeah. But that's the great thing, isn't it? Is there's something that everyone can try, and if you don't like one thing, and I think this is an important thing because I see a lot of people posting things on the forum and saying about, oh, I don't like this. It's horrible. It's a grind. It's a grind. It's like, well, you don't have to do it. If you don't like the trading, you don't have to do it. You could pick a different element of the game and go off and do that. But I think it's kind of a there's no argument there if you say that this is horrible, that's horrible, it shouldn't be this way. If you don't like doing it, if you just go find something else to play. I think is the important thing there. Find a different part of the game you enjoy, like you said, like blowing up the rebel bases. It's much
Yeah.
more fun.
A
If
a quick word there for my viewers, by the way, because I'm jumping around here and just want to explain. Ich suche gerade nach Kerrash, weil ich versuche mit ihm in dieselbe Instanz zu kommen, falls man das nicht, also für die Leute, die das noch nicht so von sich aus gemerkt haben. Yeah, just one was telling them that I'm jumping in and out of Super Cruise and trying to get in the same instance as you are in, but it's still showing that you're at Soap on Tat A1 and not saying that you're in that conflict zone.
okay,
So I hope I do see your marker, and I try to get to your marker, but I'm just trying to get into the conflict zone and see what happens.
okay.